Good guys, my name is Lord Tomo. Welcome again to another Sonic Jack toy item collectible review. Just mumbled up my words there. As you know, I'm Lord Tomo with a good old blue here, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's been a while since I did a review. I'll probably do a vlog just to keep you posted on what's going on with my life. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's get to the actual review. And this is a plush that, oh my god, that's it's how I'm going to describe this straight out of the bat. This is, oh my god. For those of you who may or may not know, one of the, I wouldn't say major gripes, but one of the things I always wanted in just collecting Sonic the Hedgehog merchandise was the expansion of the universe itself. In that, I wanted plushies or statues or figurines or anything outside of the norm that is Sonic the Hedgehog. By that I mean Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails, Knuckles, Dr. Eggman, the occasional Amy Rose, and those are the four or five archetypal sort of major merchandise that tends to be released in the Sonic universe. Me personally, I'm a big fan, of course, you know, Sonic and all that sort of stuff. My all-time favorite character is Knuckles, of course, but more importantly, I wanted to always collect other things other than those four, because it's not bad, it's just I wanted more and see more of the universe. And there is a great, awesome company, I cannot thank them enough, none other than G Entertainment or Great Eastern Entertainment, that somehow said, you know what, that little Australian dude in the far reaches of the corner of the earth, I can hear their words, let us create. Obviously they didn't hear our words, because if they did, they would have done this a while, but I'm sure there would have been a lot more feedback coming out from the US, Europe and all that sort of stuff that wanted this. Obviously, being me, I wanted this as well, and they said, you know what, let's create more merchandise pertaining to the Sonic universe. This is one of them. They did Espio, the chameleon or the ninja, and when I first caught wind of this and bought it and received it, I was loving it. There's a few slight criticism with this plush in particular, of course. This isn't 100%, but I will address them shortly. One of them is probably the most obvious one, I guess, but I will get to them shortly. But nonetheless, the fact that they actually created it and in such high quality, I cannot thank him enough for making it, of course. It simply just adds a fluorescent light to, or rainbow effect to, the actual collectability, or I wouldn't even say just the display, the display aspect of these plushes. If you see most Sonic I know I'm just rambling on right here, but I will get to the actual review. Well, then again, you can't really talk much about plushes. But anyway, as far as display, most people who display the Sonic stuff, all you see is mostly just blue, yellow, and the occasional reds. Obviously, blue being Sonic, Tails being yellow, etc., etc. But the fact that they're bringing out so much more vibrant plushes out there, for example, Espio, they've just announced Super Sonic, they've just also announced Vector, the Crocodile, which is practically is almost a full Chaotix. All I'm expecting is Charmy to be, and I'm hoping they do Mighty as well. I'll just lose it. I'll be like, that's it. My life's complete. I can happily move on to the next afterlife now that I have it. But yeah, anyway, so let's get to the actual review. As I mentioned, there is a slight criticism with these plushes. I don't know if this is particularly mine or if this is universal. I wouldn't say they're bad, you know, put it up here. I wouldn't say they're necessarily bad on its own, simply because they had to make some sort of stitching designs, but it's something to notice, to say the least. So for those who may or may not know, or those who know a little more about Sonic than the standard canon, this is Espio, the chameleon. He is a ninja of sorts. He's more prominent, I would say, in the gaming industry, in Sonic Heroes, and if you want to go further back, Knuckles Chaotic back in the day, when you had the 32X. So it's kind of a throwback. Of course, for the modern people, they do see cameos of this guy popping every now and then, but he hasn't really had a full-fledged game of such other than those two games, which is I guess you want to do you know, Sonic and Mario, where he plays a character. But in terms of mainstream Sonic game, Sonic Heroes and probably the 32X, which is the Knuckles Chaotix. Other than that, this has always been one of my favorite characters outside of obviously the main canon, because the way he speaks, the way he moves, his mannerism and everything, I was like, oh my god, he's a ninja. Like, how do you go wrong with a ninja? How do you go wrong with a ninja? Yeah. So already have his eyes exceptionally well detailed. Love those. I do believe they are hide iron on, which means you could scratch him off if you wanted to. Wouldn't recommend it, obviously. Then you have, unless you have like a full, you know, psychotic, that would look pretty, a full psychotic chameleon, just, you know, berserker mode. But other than that, his eyes looks awesome. They got the extra mile and added like a little dark outlining on the very top of his eyelids. Adds character, superb. You have, of course, his little horn. I'm calling him a horn. I'm sure there's a correct terminology for it. So you have his horn, which I think is great. My one is slightly tilted to one side, but it's as easy as just pretty much adding pressure for a couple of seconds, and he just molds perfectly fine. Got no issue. You know, you make do. That's not an issue. It's just, hey, it's there. You have, of course, his mouth, which is little smirk, little, you know, mouth. Awesome, superb, loving it. Now the slight, of course, you have a little string which you can hang it. There is a slight criticism. Like I said, it's, I would probably say it's a near perfect plush. It's definitely not 100% yet. Simply because you have like these little wrinkle effects going on. Now you can, if you wanted to, put them back, and they do stretch out, but they don't necessarily hold them. Now I'm not 100% sure on why they did it. I guess I knew, because it would look stupid if they didn't stitch it. They stitched it on either side, which gives a more of a spheric facial effect. Of course, on the hindsight, it does make him kind of look like an older generation espio. Back in my day, I kicked ass with a cat. You know what I mean? It kind of makes him look older. It isn't necessarily bad. It doesn't take away from the plush itself. It's just noticeable. Like I said, this is just mine. I don't know, maybe if you guys have yours, let me know in the comments below if your one has similar. Like I said, it doesn't take anything away from it. It's just, if you didn't necessarily have that, it would have been 100% straight up. Of course, at the far back you have his head, and of course you have, I have no idea what would you call these, like his head quill? Maybe it's his head. I'm gonna call, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm calling them the head quills, and it looks awesome. You have his back, which of course he has like these little spikes. I don't know too much about the chameleon, other than they do have spikes, but I don't know what they're officially called, but I'm calling them spikes. You have, of course, his tail, which, as per chameleon-esque sort of mannerism, it curls up into a little ball. Awesome! I think this is just great. So you can do a little chameleon shake, which is superb. Of course, the best, honest to God, features of these plush itself is both his hands and his shoes, and I will address them right now. You have his hand, which is your stock standard, you know, finger divided by like kind of like what do you call it, single straight? No, not single straight, divided by like it's on the tip of the tongue, thread. I'm just gonna call it thread. If it comes to mono, I'll correct myself. But it's kind of just like a little thread which acts as his finger. And of course, what I do like about it is they actually gave him a thumb, so it's not so much just a single, you know, hand just divided by little threads. It's actually a thumb stitched inside to, looks like he's gonna punch, because that's what he does. Or he throws his ninja star, punches. But what's awesome about this is his actual detail to the glove. You have no idea. I thought they were gonna, like, you know, just make it as one piece and that's it. But the fact that they're gone, I'm more excited about the gloves and the shoes than I was the actual face, believe it or not. Not that it takes away anything from it, it's just like, what? So that's his glove, extremely well detailed, goes all the way through, adds kind of like a layer, so it's not one piece, it's literally one piece on top of another piece, and they even want the extra mile to basically color that black, and it'll add lines. I don't know if that'll cost extra for the production value from their side, but the fact that they even did it, I was like, guys, legends. Exactly the same on the other hand side. He's like gauntlet, is that what it's called? Probably it is. And of course the little purple stuff at the end, which is awesome. So it's exactly the same on either side, so it looks like he's saying, please don't hurt me, and then he just punches your face inside, because that's what he does. You have your stomach, of course, and everything is phenomenally well stuffed. I don't know if is it cotton or something, probably cotton fiber, polyester fiber, yeah, used as stuffing material. So it's polyester fiber inside, and it's so sturdy, so thick. With some of the older generation plushes, I know that like certain limbs, I don't know if it was used over time, but certain limbs would be like under stuffed, but this one's phenomenally well stuffed all out. The second thing is, of course, his shoes. So you have a black sole, that's alright. So whatever's on this one is exactly on this side. And again, like I said, once again, attention to detail, well crafted. And he even added this. Why did they? I have no idea, but they did it. It's just so awesome. It's just well detailed. Like, for a lot of people, when you see a Sonic the Hedgehog character, you don't think, you would imagine it's a very basic design. It is for the most part, but the small details that do, and especially for the Sonic, which is either his quills or his shoes, etc., they do add phenomenal levels of details, especially in the other characters as well. And one of them is being his gauntlet, and the other one is being his shoes, where you can see the well detail. They didn't even have to add this, but they did it. Great. Once again, I need to throw this in because I know the older generation plushies, they some of the new ones, but some of the older generations were very known for this. They always put the tag on like the arm or the head or whatever, and as a collector that just irritated me to no end. What did they do? They put it on the actual hashtag. Love it. These guys do so much right that the fact that any small little hiccups that they might have on the production is just foreshadowed by all the awesomeness that is. That is the actual tag itself, and it says here Great Eastern Entertainment. Phenomenal people, phenomenal team. Well, I'm not 100%. Are they from the US? I'm pretty sure they're from the US. Please don't. I have no idea. I think they're from the US. Great Eastern Entertainment, superb thing. A small hiccup, as you can probably tell. He is Espio the Chameleon. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. They have nothing alike. My guess is, I've always mentioned, my guess is they throw in Sonic the Hedgehog to say, hey, this is Sonic the Hedgehog, but this is a character within the universe. As a die-hard fan like myself, you'll pick it up in the differences, but as a general collector, or just somebody who doesn't know too much about Sonic, you can basically link it. Oh my god, this is Espio, let's read up on it, you know, stuff like that, which I think is pretty great. I would have preferred they had, of course, the face of Espio, but it is what it is. That's it. That's that is Espio the Chameleon. I love this. I generally love it, and the fact that they're releasing Vector the crocodile, I'm just blown away from it. I'm bored. Oh, also Blaze the cats. Oh, can't wait for Blaze. It's quite funny. A couple of years ago, I've made it quite prominent and quite. I know this video is probably going to be long. I made it quite clear that I'm never going to be a plushie collector. It was never on my to-do list, and the fact that this company has sparked an actual interest and an actual you know happiness out of this, I'm just. What can I say? Honestly, what can anybody say? The fact that they've gone out of the way and I've lost it, like I've generally loved it, is superb. How much did I get it for? I got it with this one, with a Big the Cat, which I will review down the track. Got it for about $20 or $25, so it's a little pricey depending on your market range. But look, honestly, worth every cent. It truly is. These guys are phenomenal, and I cannot speak highly enough about this. I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. So yeah, where can you get it? I got it on eBay because the local anime store doesn't have it in Australia, because Australia, I don't know, I'm sure there's a reason. Amazon doesn't have it, eBay doesn't have it, most anime places, stores that have it. I know some anime places, online stores have it. I just get it on eBay because easy in transaction and whatnot. Definitely worth your waiting, guys. Please get it. I think it's great. If you're not a big fan of it, if you are, pick it up. If you're not, it's definitely nice to have in your collection. Guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. Speed on, take care, and let me know what your thoughts on it. Remember, I am the ninja.